Before we get to your scheduled video, please remember that likes and comments tell YouTube to promote our work to other people, and subscribing to the channel tells you when something new drops. You can also head to the link tree in the description to peruse my books, join us on Discord, or support us on Patreon. You can get episodes of Journey of Wrestling and Violent Profiles early, as well as a load of other treats. Even just $1 a month earns you a name drop for being cool. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show. Greetings and salutations, fellow maidenless tarnished. It is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by... the boy.
Hey.
This is the Two Nerds Podcast. Today we're doing a tier list because that's what the internet loves and our views show it. Don't look at the views. But before we get into that, you know who's cool?
You know what? No, skips my mind. Who?
That would be Rob.
Oh, okay.
A guy from Ohio.
Right.
And Passion Killer 711.
You know, how did I forget? They're so cool.
I know. We're going to rank what this list describes as all the bosses.
This is, just looking at it, not all the bosses in Elden Ring.
No.
But it's probably like the major ones.
Yeah. Maybe it is even all. We're bad at counting. Who knows? Anyway. We start with Battle Mage Hughes. I remember him from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, this is the guy who is, like, outside, I think, of where Lestat is.
He gives you his summon. He's in one of the Everjails.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've fought several battle mages. They're fine. They're a decent enough enemy. Fun, you know, fun in that they kind of force you to engage with them, because if you stand back, they're going to blast you.
Yeah. I remember that boss fight was I got wrecked once, and then I came back in and did it right.
Yep. I mean, he's up against some stiff competition.
Yeah,
He's kind of just a regular enemy with a boss health bar.
Right. I feel like we're probably going to have some moving around once we start to feel things out, but I think this guy's pretty baseline. I'd say C.
All right, he might end up moving. He might end up living in the sea forever. The Beast of Faramazula. That is a terrible fucking picture of that.
Which one was this?
You just Google it, honestly. Just Google what they look like.
Because
Because that is just brown. That's a big brown thing.
it's like a wolf thing. I'm really worried about what Google's going to bring up. You know what? You guys can look at that. I'll Google it on my phone.
Because, you know, people who make Elden Ring content, they might not bring up safe things if we Google it.
I just don't know with the internet at all anymore. Oh, this is the dude in the cave.
Let me see.
That guy.
Oh, okay. That's, yeah. Again, that's
the really early dude.
it's a very early boss, very simple boss. Good visual design, but not terribly challenging. I'd say, honestly, like D tier.
Yeah. It's kind of a gut check at the time if you're low levels when you fight him, but if you're not, just knock him over.
Yep.
The Bell-Bearing Hunter.
Is that the dude with the fucking laser, like the Jedi powers?
Yeah, the guy who shows up at certain places where there were merchants late game on certain days or whatever.
So it's not the guy with the Jedi powers who like swings his sword around.
I think he swings his sword around. Yeah, he wears dark armor. We might be speaking of two different guys with a similar moveset.
Bring up the tiny terrible image. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, gotta love that beautiful bean footage. That's
the
man.
guy with the fucking lightsaber. No, I hate that fucking sword. It's everywhere. I suppose that makes him a good boss.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. I like his lore. That's kind of a cool open world event kind of thing. Good use of your game. I'm going to say A. What do you think?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all right. Borealis the Freezing Fog.
Ignorealis Borealis. Who fights him?
I did.
Why?
Because I am strong.
I went back and fought him later.
That was a fight that took me a long time.
All dragon fights are not going to be high tier for me.
I'm going to say maybe B. It was pretty good for a dragon fight, but there was some stuff I didn't like about it.
Dragons have... They're these really cool visual designs, and they're these very, like, restricted and legendary enemies in most in like the previous like Dark Souls games. There are so many dragons in this game, and they all suck to fight. They have 1 billion hit points, and you gotta swapple at their ankles or find a way to boop them in the snoot to do extra damage. and it's big and awkward, and I didn't end up liking basically any of the dragon fights in Elden Ring. So if you want to take the lead on those, I'm fine with that, but just know that none of them are going to crack into A tier for me.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy any of them.
I think, well, what did you think? Did you ever fight Borealis?
Yeah, I went back and fought most. They're all dead now, because I needed their hearts.
What did you think of that fight as compared to the others?
I think he's got really good visual. It's basically all down to, like, visuals and theming.
Sure.
The Rock Dragon one, I think, ended up being... Oh, no. Placidus Axe is my favorite dragon fight because he's unique and fun. This one, of the dragon fights, it was perfectly up there. It wasn't that stupid magic dragon fight, which is the worst of them.
All right.
Leave on me. You can't just leave. We're fighting here.
The next one is Cemetery Shade. That's
5 pixels.
NPC. Well, that's in one of the dungeons.
But this is just like a regular enemy with a boss health bar. All regular enemies with boss health bars don't get to go above C tier.
Same thing with Clean Rot Knight. You're cool.
I like the 2 Clean Rot Knights in that one hole in the ground where you can get the golden scarab. But that's 2 Clean Rot Knights.
I like fighting Clean Rot Knights.
Yeah,
I think they're fun.
They're cool enemies, but that's not...
King of the D tier.
Yep.
Commander Niall. Oh my god.
This is a good boss fight. It's like hard, but it didn't take me that many tries. It felt fair. What? I'm sorry. I had a big laser beam. He died.
This one took me a long time. It was very frustrating. I wish he were cooler looking. He had the kind of difficulty of, like, the non-dragon Lord of Storm. What the fuck's his name? From Dark Souls 3.
The Nameless King?
Yes, the Nameless King. He had very similar vibes.
Energy.
Yeah, but like...
But he's a big meatball with a knife leg?
Yeah.
Not good visuals on Commander Niall.
Well, what would you say? What would you say?
I would put him in solidly like low B, high C.
Okay. I'm good with low B. I would actually put him above Borealis, I think.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's fine.
Black Blade Kindred. Which,
these are the big world bosses. These are the giant birds.
Yeah, the big black gargoyles.
Yeah, the big black gargoyles that are in various places around the world. They're good world bosses. They serve as a really good lesson early game to, hey, sometimes you're not supposed to fight the thing. Sometimes it's not time to fight that thing yet. Sometimes leave.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed. They were fine.
Mechanics wise, they're just gigantic buckets of hit points who do a bunch of damage. They're not terribly like challenging in terms of intricate mechanics or anything. They're world bosses. They're there to be like DPS checks and reality checks of, hey, guy who wandered into Caelid first thing, see that giant fucking bird? Maybe don't fight him. Maybe go do something else for a while.
Why is this podcast about shaming me?
You're not the only one who did that. If you look online,
no,
friend.
I'm not.
I'd say C.
Yeah, do you think he's better than Battle Mage Hughes or no?
I would put him above Battle Mage Hughes because I remember the Black Blade Kindred.
Black Knife Assassin.
That's a regular enemy.
I believe it's got an Everjail version, but
it's a hard regular enemy.
Oh, you know what? You run into a couple of them in certain dungeons too.
But that's a regular enemy.
There's a trick to them.
They're like you basically, for me, I just ended up having to DPS them down before they could do all their bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably better than Battle Mage Hughes. You think, right?
C tier is fine.
Yeah. Bloodhound Knight Darawil.
No idea who the fuck that is. Probably have killed him.
Sounds familiar. Oh, he's Dashy guy.
Oh, he's that Everjail Dash boy. Yeah. He's he's like a rush down fighting game character. You can't get a space to breathe.
I think he was more interactable than the Black Knife Assassin.
And there's more shits going on.
Yeah. Bowls Carrion Knight.
Well, I don't
remember this guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure I killed him. It's probably better than the Beast of Farum Azula.
Should we add I don't remember this character tier?
You know what? I do you think there's a boss in Elden Ring that's F tier?
I don't think there's a pinwheel.
No. So let's just make a small edit here. Who are these people? There you go. Commander O'Neill.
This is the dude in Caelid.
Yes.
He also has boys.
It's basically a precursor, and there's some naming stuff there. Niall is often pronounced Neil. I am just being a dick about it. So Commander O'Neill is the son of Neil. So he's a shittier version of that boss fight.
And he is just a shittier version of that boss fight.
Yeah.
Like...
I think he was better than Blackblade Kindred, but he's not going to get any more than that. Do you have any arguments with that?
Not at all.
Okay. Crucible Knight.
These are just regular enemies.
Yeah, they are. I remembered what they were.
Like, they're scary. Crucible Knights suck to fight. They do giant damage. They're very mobile. They have wings. But, like, at the end of the day...
Well, I think some of them are different.
Yeah, a bunch of them are different.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of different weapons available, and some of them have the spells, and some of them have different spells. They're a very unique enemy class, but that is, again, just regular enemy you slap the boss health bar onto.
Yeah. Do you think more interesting than the Black Knife Assassin?
I love Crucible Knights. My character ended up, like, dressed as a Crucible Knight for when I beat the game. Like, okay. I was wearing the whole Crucible Knight set. I love their lore.
Yeah.
I love the hints of the history of the world that their lore contains, and they're really cool looking. I don't think it's any more mechanically challenging. Black Knife Assassin and Crucible Knights are a very different fight. But I think they're pretty equal mechanically, and I like the lore for Crucible Knights better.
Okay. Well, where would you put them? Let's put it that way.
Top of C tier.
Top of C? Better than Commander O'Neill?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Okay. Got to do it that way. Crystallians.
I keep saying this, but again... Well, I mean,
this is more a boss that became a regular enemy later.
I actually almost interrupted myself there to say the same thing. This is very much the Capra Demon.
Yeah.
This is definitely a boss that shows up as a regular enemy in like a late game zone. That's not really the same thing.
I don't... They're like neat enough. I really don't like how they look.
They're kind of ugly.
Yeah.
And their gimmick is frustrating.
It's a gimmick that you run into in Elden Ring more than once, where the boss is immune to one thing, and if you happen to be using that thing, you're fucked.
And they're like, their big gimmick is they are almost not going to take any damage unless you can stance break them, at which point they start taking like more damage than a regular boss. And that's a cool gimmick if you're not wielding a slashing weapon. I was, so I hate them.
I don't know. What do you think?
They don't got a good look. They don't have the drip. They don't have the mechanics. They don't have the lore. They're just weird crystal people.
Okay, I'm gonna propose something here. Crystallians. No, not there. That's not what I meant to do. Clean Rot Knight. There we go. Battle Mage Hughes, King of the D tier.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay. Decaying Exikes.
Oh, yeah, this is one of the dragons. This is the Rot Dragon.
Well, no, this one is...
No, that's the Rot Dragon. I know that name.
Oh. Not the one I'm thinking of.
No, you're thinking of Grail.
No.
No?
I don't know if you actually fought that dragon. Where is this? Caelid?
Yeah, deep Caelid.
Okay, I think I beat this one, but I really don't remember. It couldn't have been that interesting.
He's a dragon. His breath does rot.
Okay.
He's a dragon fight. It's a dragon fight. So
what's the arena like?
Caelid. It's not really he just shows up in a piece of Caelid. There's not like a big arena for him to be in.
Okay.
It's just some Caelid going on.
I beat this game like not a year ago, but at least 6 months ago. I'm kind of fuzzy on some of the less memorable shit.
I kind of ran up to him and just fucking beat his ass.
I feel like that's what I had to have done too.
Like it wasn't anything to write home about.
When I was doing my end game dragon cleanup.
Yeah, same. This is when I got him too. He got laser beamed to death. He kind of went down like a bitch. But it's a dragon fight. I would say, nah, he's not. It's not as good as Borealis because his theming is good, but Caelid is gross and kind of unpleasant to look at, and the area Borealis is in is pretty. So C tier.
Where would you put him specifically?
Somewhere in the middle. I don't have any. He's in my head about the same as all those other people.
Do you think better than Blackblade Kindred?
Sure.
Better than Commander O'Neill?
Sure.
Better than a Crucible Knight?
No.
Okay. I don't have much memory of him. Demi-Human Queen, Margot, and Maggie. This is barely, like...
This was sad, honestly.
Yeah. I can't imagine getting to either of those fights. Were they two separate ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And not having the stones to just, like, three-shot them.
They're early game bosses. If you get there very early game, it can be something of a challenge, but, like, not an amazing one. The Demi-Human Chief, no. That's...
No, not even as cool.
No.
Divine Bridge Golem, I actually didn't do this boss fight until way later.
This is the golem you fight in the hole in the ground, right?
No. I think these are the ones that are... if you... To get to the tower in Stormvale...
Okay.
You go right instead of forward toward the boss.
Oh, okay.
And they're over there.
Oh,
There's like three of them.
Yeah, I've killed a bunch of those golems, so... they're big and slow and only really dangerous in numbers.
These are kind of cool because they're beat to shit. They're kind of low health. And they're more of an obstacle than like a fight.
Oh, that's an interesting... Well, it's kind of the same for all the golems.
Right, but it's a great thing to see early game because it sort of teases you for...
What's to come.
When you eventually have to fight them properly. But I didn't fight them early game. I came back and just sort of smacked them around a little bit.
I don't really have enough of a memory to call this one. You pick it.
Okay. I think they're probably better than the Crystallians. Just because it's kind of neat, very epic.
Yeah.
Big
thing cool to fight.
I have never fought the Dragonkin soldiers. Only you have, between the two of us.
I don't.
You went by and cleaned them up. You massacred them.
I don't even know who these people are.
Yeah, I directed you to a couple of fights with them. When you were looking for stuff to do. They're kind of like big lizard dudes.
Oh, those big random assholes who show up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And just... I mean, they got cool visual design, but...
we did not fight them, or you didn't fight them at the
They're
right
almost
level.
who are these people tier, and I apparently killed them. So they can't be very good.
Yeah, probably better than Beast of Farum Azula. Erdtree avatars.
I love Erdtree avatars.
I think they're really cool, yeah.
They're a fun-ass boss fight. I love their fucking... Clearly, this is the fucking big fat boy abyss demons from Dark Souls.
Yeah.
They just reskinned them.
I'm excited next time I play to fight them without just running around in circles on my horse firing magic backward.
Yeah, same. That sounds like it'll be fun because the big... Well... Elden Stars Jr. is kind of what you kind of have to run in circles because otherwise it'll just kill you. But I'm more excited to engage with these. I really like them. I think they're fun. I think they're all fairly unique. They have good lore stuff. They're easy to find because they're always next to those big fucking... they're always next to the minor Erd trees, which is good because if you're like, oh, I want something to do, let's go find an avatar to beat up. They protect cool loot. They're fun to fight. The Elden Stars Jr. is bullshit, but, like, they don't spam it very often, so, okay. I think these are solidly an A tier for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like them.
Do you think they qualify for S tier?
No.
Okay. Better than the Bell-Bearing Hunter? Probably. It's cool, but...
Like, for me, S tier is not just I like you, it's I like you and you've beat my ass into the ground and I still like you.
Lady Maria, if you will. Erdtree Burial Watchdogs. Those are really minor bosses, but I think they're really neat.
They're fun looking.
Yeah.
They're not hard, but it's really, you're a boss? This is a boss? This counts? Okay.
They can be kind of tough at lower levels. I would be willing to put them in B. Maybe
sure.
B.
I mean, if you like them, brother.
I think they're neat. Well, I mean, you have a soft spot for Crucible Knights, though, so would you argue below that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Esgar, Priest of Blood. I don't remember you.
I don't know that you fought him. Yeah, no, I don't know that you fought this guy. He's down in the catacombs.
Oh.
Like, under the Capitol. Like, well, actually, I recently fought him.
Okay, no, then I haven't.
Post-game, I'm doing cleanup, and I never fought the Moog in the sewers, so I went to go find him, and I found this asshole instead. He's just the same as the other guy.
As Battlemage Hughes?
Yep, same guy. Like, probably they have different spells, but neither one of them live long enough for me to know. Same guy.
Alright, we'll put him above just because he's hard to get to.
God, he is.
Falling Star Beasts, I think, are visually cool. I think the lore they give is cool. But in terms of a boss fight, I'm underwhelmed by them.
They're very much in the vein of a... if you've ever played a Spider-Man game, in a lot of Spider-Man games, there'll be a Rhino boss fight. The Falling Star Beast is kind of like the Rhino boss fight. You're not so much doing a boss fight as you are being a bullfighter.
Or in my sense, summoning my archers to annoy them enough that I can beat the crap out of them when they're not looking.
Like, you just sort of like Toro as they charge at you, and then you can beat them up before their next charge. It is a very rote boss fight, but they look really fucking cool.
Yeah, I do. I really like their...
And I love their lore.
Yeah.
Like, because it feels... them is like the first part of like the Estelle sort of structure.
So would you say above Blackblade Kindred?
Just because they look really cool.
Yeah.
The Blackblade Kindred is a harder boss fight, certainly.
I would agree with that, but I enjoy this more. This is just sort of like a...
So do I have enough DPS to kill this wall of meat? No? Okay.
The Fell Twins. This is interesting because they are literally minor enemies that are, that you're fighting in a boss battle arena. But getting to that boss battle and the presentation of that boss battle is really cool.
Who are these people?
Those are the two red ogre-looking dudes that you fight in the completely dark arena.
Oh, this is like... Yeah, no. You're absolutely right. These are just omens.
Right.
But, like, they're much cooler than the other omens because of the sheer baller nature of their presentation. I'd say that brings them all the way up. What do you think? High C, low B?
I think High C is good. I'd say probably better than Decaying Ezekiel, who we don't remember really.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly were harder for me to beat.
Do you think they're better than the Crucible Knights? Or Tree Burial Watchdog?
In the regular enemy you slapped a boss bar onto, they are cooler. Their presentation is cooler than the boss Crucible Knights. So
you think better than the Watchdog?
That's your business. You're the one. You have the soft spot for the Watchdog.
It's a cool boss fight, man.
There you go.
Another Dragonkin soldier. He can go hang out with his friend.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Maybe those are different. Maybe they do different moves. I don't know.
They probably do. I kind of roasted them so quickly I wouldn't know.
Dragon Lord Placidusax. I don't think I fought him.
You should. This for me is S tier. Placidusax rules.
Cool. I've seen the boss fight.
He's big. He's very epic feeling. You're in this arena that I'm guessing there's like some sort of weird quest line to get down there in the first place, but an update.
There used to be.
An update just gave me his arena as like a grace I could travel to, so I kind of got trapped there. It was do or die time. Beat Placidusax or deal with some bullshit trying to get out. And so I just had to get down and learn the boss fight right then, right there, which was super fun because I just sort of traveled blindly to it. Like, I don't remember this Grace. Oh shit! He's cool. He's big. He's fun. He feels like a dragon in that he feels like a powerful ancient creature that has mighty magics and is clever, not a big lizard, which is most of the dragons he'll fit because he like tricks you. At one point, he does a Radon. Like, if you get him down to a certain point of health, he disappears into smoke and then comes out of a storm cloud throwing red lightning bolts at you.
Nice.
Placidusax rules.
Okay. Come to the final boss of the game.
Maybe we should add F tier back in.
As much as I hate parts of that fight, I don't think it's F tier. However, I don't think it's very good.
The Elden Beast sucks. It is someone who has seen someone cool on TV and they try and pretend to be that cool person, but they're not cool, so it comes across as really cringe. Like, elementally, you actually sort of pull your arms up closer to your chest level cringe. That's the Elden Beast to Dark Eater Midir. He's just trying to be Midir, and he's not, so it's lame. He's a big bucket of fucking hit points who has bullshit spells like Elden Stars that just you're gonna take a bunch of damage. You just are. You can't be good enough to dodge it. You're just gonna take a bunch of damage. Hope you got some vitality. Can't do a 0 vitality run. You're not gonna do it. Sorry.
I honestly, if you could use your horse in this fight,
Dude, if you could use your horse in this fight, this would be S tier.
yeah.
No joke. If you could use your, because honestly, he's big and he does cool spells and he's got a weird, very alien sort of vibe.
And it's perfectly fitting what we've been building to and the overall lore of the Soulsborne.
Yeah, and it's a great sort of, it's not a space flea from nowhere exactly because he is foreshadowed, but it kind of is because I've been going to fight this person, and then I fight the final boss, and then now it's a giant eldritch beast. That's kind of a trope in video games. But he's a really good version of it, and his arena's beautiful, and it's got this beautiful like golden rippling lake and this epic music and blah 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 blah. 80% of the boss fight is me running full tilt directly at this dude, not able to do anything else because every time you damage him more than 3 ticks, he runs his ass entirely across his gigantic boss arena and starts shooting spells at you. It's like fighting a giant mage with 1 billion hit points who has teleport spells. It's lame.
I am going to suggest just above decaying Ezekiel.
That is higher than I want to put him, so okay.
Because if you had the horse...
If you had the horse, it would be S tier.
Yeah. So there is clearly good design there. It's just
and
failure in
they spent
execution.
so much of the game teaching you to value Torrent. Taking him away from you at the very end is lame.
So Elimer of the Briar is who the Bell-Bearing Hunter is based on. You fight him in the middle of the Poison Castle. He shoots his sword at you and swings it around and stuff.
Yeah, this is the motherfucker I was thinking of then.
Yeah.
Because I fought him in that castle.
Yeah.
This dude was cool and had cool moves and was hard, but I was not mad about it because it was really neat.
I would say above the Bell-Bearing Hunter.
Yeah. More unique lore.
Yes. I think the Bell-Bearing Hunter's cool. I think the OG is cooler. Fia's Champions, I don't think you ever fought. It's just a NPC fight. It's player character fight.
Isn't the guys you fight in the Across the Roots bonfire?
Yes.
Yeah, I fought those guys.
You might not have fought the second boss there.
No, I haven't fought the second boss there. I never did the Fia quest line. So
I like hugs.
There's I don't like her debuff. I got that debuff once and went, yeah, no, okay, never mind.
Just eat the thing and it goes away.
But I won't be able to give input when we get to that second boss. But that guy, the Fia's Champions, they were a fun NPC fight. They're just an NPC fight, but they were fun. I would put them below Exodus.
Yeah. Do you think that high?
They were better than the Jar Champions. I'll say that.
That's fair. I would think somewhere in D tier.
That's fine too. I have no strong feelings. I'm not here gaping for Fia's Champions.
Yeah.
I'm not Fia.
I'm gonna say right there between the Dragonkin Soldiers and the Beast of Far Missoula.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Fire Giant.
Fire Giant is a boss battle I had a lot of trouble with because
Same.
of the build I have, but he's cool.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best boss fights in Soulsborne.
I had a lot of trouble with him. I fought him a lot, but the run-up is no sweat, really. You can just go right back to the boss arena. It's not like I gotta fight 12 dudes to get to him.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's a cool boss fight.
He made me furious, outright, just...
Yeah,
angry.
I was big mad when I was fighting him. It was... Nothing in Dark Souls, and I think I mentioned this during the Dark Souls boss tier list, has ever made me feel as powerful as the first time I killed Pontiff Sullivan. Nothing has ever given me that primordial, yes, fuck you, die. But beating the Fire Giant did feel real good.
Do you think above Dragon Lord Placidus Sax or below?
You know what? In deference to both of us having done it, let's put him above.
Okay.
Because Placidus X is very much an optional boss, whereas you can't beat the game unless you beat the Fire Giant.
He's a gut check. The thing that frustrated me the most in Elden Ring is when I thought I was doing the right thing and the game not so gently told me, go do something else for a little while.
This is not time for this now.
Flying Dragon Agiel is the most basic of dragons, but they are the first one.
He has that baller first entrance where he flies in and kills those dudes. But he is a dragon. He's a big lizard. He's a big, dumb lizard who does fire breath. He's not as cool as the other dragons because he's the first one. He's the intro. He's fine.
Do you think better than Falling Star Beast? Better than Blackblade Kindred?
I would put him below Exodus, but otherwise anywhere you'd like.
I think it's a more interesting fight than Blackblade Kindred. Is it better than Falling Star? Yeah. Full-grown Falling Star Beast. It's the same fight.
It's the same fight, but more hit points and more moves.
Glintstone Dragon Smaragd. This is
Fuck
the one you
guy.
hate. Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Let's just get a look there. Oh yeah.
Full disclosure, I was playing a mage, so I was doing chip damage to this asshole.
I was too, but I didn't have too bad of a time.
So I had to fight this big fucking lizard so much. With his stupid magic breath that goes 1,000,000 miles in every direction.
Is that the sleeping one?
I don't know which one you're talking about, bro.
Because there's Smaragd. That's the one that's sleeping in the middle of Liurnia, right? Not the one that's hanging out by...
Oh, no. All right. Smaragd is the one who's sleeping in Liurnia. There's the other one is up on the Rani's Rise, who does the ice breath, who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
The one who disappears on your ass and leaves.
I don't
Smaragd
see
is
them here.
Annoying, but... You know what? If the other magic dragon isn't on there, then Smaragd can stand in for all the magic dragons and can eat it.
Yeah, I don't see that dragon. Now, if we run into it later, maybe we'll
move it.
Yeah, we'll bump up Smaragd. I liked the Smaragd fight. I was less interested in the Leaving Dragon fight. It didn't upset me the same way, but it was just like, oh, all right.
They're so cool looking. I wish I liked those fights more.
I'd say...
But I just spend so much time whapping on their ankles, not able to see anything but their fucking dragon taint.
I'd say maybe better than Exeeks.
If you think so, that's fine.
But, like, only just.
That's fair.
Godfrey the Grafted.
He's a good boy. He's trying his best, that Godfrey. His phase 2 is funny. He's fun. He's like a well-designed boss. I feel like that's Godfrey, I think.
Yeah, that is Godfrey. You're absolutely right. The text is small. I'm sorry. Godfrey the Gifted. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's palette swap.
It's the
Godfrey.
same. He's not even palette. He's got a fucking texture.
He's Godfrey without a phase 2.
He's not even Godfrey. He's Godric's.
Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm talking all kinds of nonsense.
There's lots of the people with the same name.
Yeah. Thanks,
Godric
George.
the Grafted. He's Godric the Grafted without a phase 2.
Let's do Godric first.
Okay. I think he's a really fun boss who has been overshadowed by how much Elden Ring I've played since I beat him.
Yeah.
But he's a fun, well-designed boss. He's got a lot of different things he can do to different combat types. And he's got his 2 different phases are different without being different people.
I would maybe say above Elimer, but not as good as the Erdtree avatars.
Okay, yeah.
So that would put Godefroy the Gifted, for those of you who don't have old people sight, somewhere below that. Where would you say?
He's missing the phase 2. And he's in an Everjail, not a cool boss.
Yeah,
he is safer to fight because he's in an Everjail.
I really want to shove him further down.
He's the loss of his cool boss arena and his cool phase 2, and the fact that he is just of the palette swap bosses the most ridiculous one, because that's a very specific guy. It's not like a type of fight. There could be a bunch of Crucible Knights. Godric the Grafted has specific. He's very specific.
But this is like his secret son or something.
It's 0 Riz.
I'm gonna say he's not even as cool as Commander O'Neill.
That's fair.
Oh
wow, he's taking the Eld Ag heal. That's harsh but fair.
All right, Godfrey the First Elden Lord.
Yes, Godfrey, Godric, Godmer, Gary.
I love Godmer.
All right, first off, we need to know Horaloo isn't listed separately, right?
Let me check.
Shouldn't be. It's just a phase 2.
No, yeah, it is just a phase 2.
The top of S tier.
Yeah, it's really good.
The top of S tier. Just absolutely fucking A+ boss design. I love Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. I love the fucking... I watched that cutscene. Like, to be fair, I one and done him. I came into the arena, fought him once, kicked his ass. But I have seen other people fight him since, and I watched that cutscene a bunch because it's real cool, and then Horaloo is great with his fucking command grabs and his big stomps that fill the whole arena that you gotta jump or you're fucked.
Is he better than Fire Giant, though?
For me, yes. Just because Fire Giant's big thing is I have 4 million hit points, and much like the Elden Beast, I am going to run all of the fucking way away from you, and you have to come chase me.
He just kind of rolls at you and happens to go past because of momentum.
Fire Giant is like that, but good because I can use my horse.
Right.
That's why he's S tier, because he's the same gimmick, but I can chase him with my fucking horse. But
Fire Giant's got such a good face too as well. But
I'm not gonna fight you.
No,
Horaloo he fucks. He's great.
I think these are really close.
They're really close. It's honestly one way or the other.
Godskin Apostle.
Well,
this is the one on the hill.
Yeah, this is just half of the Godskin duo.
Yeah.
And I don't like the Godskin duo.
Do you like the Godskin Apostle better by itself?
I like him better than the Noble. So yeah, actually, I think he might end up above the Godskin duo. Just because I love his big stretchy thing, and he's in a big open boss arena on top of it.
Like the climb up to.
He's one of the better world bosses. I'll say that.
Yeah. So, talking of world bosses, that's going to put that at least above Agil, maybe around the other dragons.
I would put him solidly in the B tier by himself.
I'd kind of agree. Above Borealis.
For me, yeah. But again, I gotta think against dragons.
I think it's a really cool fight. Like it's not as significant. It's definitely not as difficult. But I think it's good. So Godskin Duo.
I do not like this boss fight. It is in a packed, tiny room. It has a bunch of bullshit mechanics in it, like the rollout that you gotta like hide behind pillars and shit. It's a 2-on-1 unless you bring friends, at which point they get harder. And most damningly, honestly, the thing that bothers me is that you can kill both of them and there's still boss health bar left. That bothers the shit out of me.
I tried this maybe 3 times and then beat them. I was not impressed.
I didn't have to. Weirdly, most people say this is like the hardest battle in the game. I didn't have to fight them a bunch. They just suck.
Yeah. I might have summoned help. I don't remember, I'll be honest with you. But
I know
it
I
wasn't...
didn't. There is exactly one boss I had to summon help to beat in this game.
It felt more like it wasn't exciting. I wasn't excited to encounter this boss. So,
No, 2, excuse me.
Below Commander O'Neill?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah, I don't... below Agil, that's...
Not above Godefroy. Not below Godefroy.
No.
No,
right
they
there.
got more Riz than Godefroy.
The Noble by itself is neat. There's like 3 different places where you fight him.
Yeah, that's the Godskin Noble without the mechanics of I can kill both him and his butt and they just respawn. It's not nearly as annoying. I like that he's a big motherfucker with like a little pointy weapon with a pokey.
They play with the bigness in a way
he's
I
a
really
great
like.
big motherfucker and he's got like pokey stick. And I kind of like that. That's a good contrast.
I'm going to say maybe above the Erdtree Burial Watchdog.
Yeah. I like that both of these guys end up a tier higher than when they're together.
Yeah. Grafted Scion's the big crab thing.
That's the first boss and then you later fight it in Stormvale Keep.
It's not...
I don't care. It exists only to give you your one demanded loss and then get wrecked later. It's a cool design, but it's nothing to write home about.
No. I'm gonna say better than Blackblade Kindred. No.
I mean, is it really even C tier?
Is it even C tier? That's a great question. More interesting than the Crystallians.
There you go.
Grave Warden Duelist. I've forgotten what this is.
This
guy.
dude has riz for days. I love this guy.
Okay, I don't feel that strongly about him, but
Nah, cause alright. So at the end of the day, he's like a regular enemy. You end up seeing basically the exact same enemy at the top of a bunch of trees
near the recently opened arenas.
Yeah, near the recently exactly. But this motherfucker, when you come into his boss arena, he has like a full cloak on, and he like tosses it dramatically to the side before he fights you.
Does the M Bison move? That's awesome.
He's got amazing riz.
I'm gonna let you take the lead on this.
He is still just a regular dude, so I'd say somewhere in the middle of C tier. Based on where we're putting people, below Exicus, above O'Neill, sounds fine to me.
Okay. Lost track of O'Neill. Oh, literally. Okay, I see. All right.
It's really just on the strength of his entrance. If you want to lower him, I'm happy with that.
I'll let him live there. That's fine. I'm not gonna argue. Kindred of Rot. I don't remember ever fighting one as a boss.
I hate them.
And they're great.
Yeah, the pest threads are terrible in their excellence. That's the spell they do.
Yes.
They're terrible little lobster boys, and they have an awful spell that's held dodge, and I love them, kind of.
I'm going to say above Grafted Scion. I think they're a better enemy in general, but, like, in terms of a boss, no.
No, because the problem with them usually is that they're in the middle of some shit I have to, like, there's other enemies here. If I could just focus on one, that's just, I walk up to them and then beat their ass.
Leonin Misbegotten.
There's a couple of these, but, I mean, the only one I ever remember fighting, I think there's, like, two that I remember. One in the castle at, like, when it's not time for the party.
Game of Thrones sword.
That behind the castle where you get the Game of Thrones sword, and then one in the castle when it's not Radahn's party time. Another one will show up with a Crucible Knight.
Oh.
As like their bros, and then you fight both at the same time.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's a fun fight, but
yeah, I liked it. Nothing
inoffensive. C tier, middle, somewhere.
Yeah, you think better than Godfroy?
Yeah, better than Godfroy.
Better than the duo?
I mean, for me, yeah, just because he's less annoying.
Better than Agil?
No, Agil has cooler.
Okay. Yeah, big entrance. Lich Dragon Fortisax is the one you haven't fought.
Yeah, I haven't fought Fortisax. Fully have not fought him, no opinion.
It was a cool fight. I was impressed. I ran his fade.
Okay, fair enough.
I
mean, he's got the cool red lightning bolts, and I like those.
I'm going to say below Elden Beast.
Sure.
At least Elden Beast felt like a threat. Lich Dragon looked cool, don't get me wrong.
It was, wow, that's a cool entrance.
And it was very much... Oh, I was, like, nervous. I think we fought to maybe my last Sippy, but I wasn't really ever in danger. I was psyching myself out more than I was losing to his tactics.
Yeah. To be fair, like, I have fucking Godfrey in top S tier, and I beat him in one and done. But he's just so fucking cool.
Yeah, look, Fortisax looked great, don't get me wrong. And maybe fighting him with a different build, I'd be like, oh, this is a great boss fight. But, we're not doing that tier list from the future. We're doing this one right now. Lion Guardians. They're a regular enemy before I fought them.
I have no idea what these are.
Those are the red 13s that you find around Caleb and stuff.
Yeah, those are just dudes. Those aren't bosses.
They're cool, though.
They're fine dudes. Below the Crystallians.
Below the Crystallians, really?
I could be convinced above, but same area.
Yeah, I'm say better than Grafted Scion.
Okay, all right.
They're pretty cool fights. I think they're a better fight than the Kindred of Rot, but I like the Kindred of Rot more.
The terrible little shrimp mans.
Yeah. Loretta, Knight of the Halig Tree.
Loretta was a fun boss fight. Laser Loretta less so.
So this is the one in the Halig Tree.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're both fine. I like Loretta.
Yeah, I like her spell. I ended up using that spell for a goodly portion of the game.
Same.
Because again, I was playing a mage, and I like horse fights. This is one of the few times that it was a horse fight where I'm not allowed to have the horse and you are, and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
Normally that upsets me. Well, why are you allowed to have the horse and I'm not? But this is, I mean, I kind of beat her ass. Took me like 4 tries.
I feel like I was going at it longer than you were.
Well, you were, because Royal Knight Loretta, Laser Loretta, is immune to all status effects. So my katana couldn't bleed her. Whereas regular Loretta is not immune to all status effects.
Yeah, I don't know. Where do you think?
I'd say B.
B?
B above Borealis.
Above Borealis. Okay. I can't really argue with that. Do you think Royal Knight Loretta is better than her or worse?
Cooler visuals, cooler entrance, worse mechanics.
So they're just overlapping each other.
Yeah.
Mad Pumpkinhead, you fight as a boss before you reach that one lady who teaches you magic.
Oh, okay. I didn't reach that lady before I reached the area in the Southern Peninsula where it's just a guy who's there.
I'm going to say above Fia's Champion.
Sure.
I like their design a lot, but it's just a guy.
Yep. Speaking of just a guy, Mimic Tier.
Yep.
That's just you.
It's a cool idea. I don't know. I didn't have a problem with it.
Oh god, no. No, it's not hard. Mimic
No.
Tier's easy. I think it was probably harder before they nerfed the AI of the Mimic Tier, because people were just summoning the Mimic Tier summon and then letting it beat all the bosses for them.
Maybe.
But they nerfed the AI and now it's a little dumb. And everyone figured out, well, I can just get nude, enter the boss arena, and then put all my clothes back on. Oh, now you have to give me tiny punchies. What are you going to do about it?
I don't even think I did that. I just...
it has become a joke boss when people figured out that it uses what you use, so if I just unequip all my weapons, it can't do anything.
I do like the boss arena. I like most of the underground stuff, and I think it's very Ocarina of Time Dark Link battle, but better.
Yeah, it's a cool boss fight. It's just... it loses something in that it is so easy to cheese, I think is the easiest way I can explain.
Sure. I would agree with that as well.
I mean, I didn't cheese it, and I still kind of beat its ass, so...
Do you think better than the Black Blade Kindred?
No, I honestly don't.
Do you think better than the Clean Rot Knights?
Yeah, probably.
So what are we looking at here?
Near bottom of C tier?
Just above the Clean Rot Knights?
Sure. Anywhere in there is fine by me.
No, okay. I think they're cooler than those guys, just in concept. Miranda the Blighted Bloom.
No idea. Sounds like a Kmart Melania.
Oh, it's just a big flower. It's just one of the Miranda flowers.
Oh.
I don't know when you fight those as a boss.
Who cares? It's a big flower. The piranha plant is just not a very good boss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not... They're a cool fight. I think theirs fine. Moog the Omen, which I have not fought.
That's sewer mode.
That's sewer Moog.
I haven't fought sewer mode.
Oh, okay.
I can't find his ass.
Who are these people? He's probably cool.
Because I try not to look everything up online, and I just cannot find that motherfucker.
Moog, Lord of Blood.
Okay, so there's 2 different stories here. One is trying to fight Moog, Lord of Blood, as like a regular human person with like a sword and a shield and like combat and having to deal with his stupid spell that kills you. And then there's fighting Moog as a character from Dragon Ball Z, which is how I fought Moog. So it's just, you show him, you show up to the arena, you do your Kamehameha wave, he dies, and the boss battle is over.
I fought him like a human being. So I would maybe put him below the Erd Tree avatars, above Godric.
I'm fine with that.
I think he's got a really cool
He's
arena.
got great visuals, but like, I beat Godfrey in one round, but it was a fight. Like, I had to try. Moog, I fucking annihilated. Moog did not live to see his first cutscene. Like...
I don't remember the Magma Worm.
Oh, it's... God, okay. So that boss is up the secret staircase you can use to get into Altus Plateau without the Grand Lift of Deckness.
Oh, so maybe I haven't fought the Magmorm.
You probably haven't. It's the ruin-strewn precipice. You can go up this whole little ladders with a bunch of bats and shit, and at the top there's the boss battle, which is the Magmorm, and then you go through, and on the other side is the Altus Plateau. That way you don't have to get the Grand Lift to get into the plateau.
Yeah, I don't think I fought this boss.
It's just a Magmorm. You've probably fought one when you were going to get Common Azure. There's one in the way.
Oh, those things. Okay.
This one you fight in a much smaller room.
Probably better than Grafted Scion. I don't know if it's better than a Lion Guardian. I was not impressed by this thing.
It's like shitty Quelog.
Yeah, it feels like a mini boss.
Yeah, that's about right.
Do you have any argument with that placement?
Oh God, no. That sounds fine.
There we go. Melania, Blade of Mikola.
She has known defeat. This is one of the two bosses I summon someone to help with.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
That and the Elden Beast is the other one. Not Radon, the Elden Beast.
I think she's cool in terms of lore.
Radigan, excuse me.
I don't
Fucking
think
names in this game.
she's...
She's cool in the lore. Her stupid duck dance is a really... It's right up there with the fucking deer with incredibly annoying boss mechanics when they get half their health bar back.
Do you think she's cooler than Elimer?
She's more epic, but, like... Waterfell dance is really annoying, so no.
Okay. Do you think she's cooler than the Bell-Bearing Hunter? Yeah,
yes,
she's
she absolutely is.
Look, like, lore-wise, 100%, I think she's awesome.
She has great lore. She's got great cutscenes. She's you know, obviously, like, the trailer enemy. She's cool, but her boss battle is just...
It has none of the grace of Maria of the Astral Clock Tower, who I know you haven't fought, but
God, no.
For our listeners' benefit. But all of the OP-ness.
It has, for me, in terms of my, you know, structure of what I fought, she's like... They were aiming for Slave Knight Gale, and they didn't hit it. And missing in this case is actually worse than not taking the shot.
It's similar enough. Fair. Cool arena, cool lore, cool way to get her. You know, that's all great, and that's buoying her up a lot. Otherwise, it's just, I don't know. I'm not over the moon about it. Malekith the Black Blade.
I love Malekith.
Yeah, really good boss fight.
Really cool boss fight. Very cool shit. And then, you know, this is the character you've actually met before and have interacted with before, and now he's here and you're fighting him, and oh shit, he's doing triple backflips and lasering you in the face. This is a boss who beat my ass like I owed him money, and I still love him. S tier.
S tier? You think better than Placidus X?
Yeah, honestly. Not better than Fire Giant.
Not better than Fire Giant, okay. Margit the Fell Omen.
That's also Morgoth, that's also Migrot, and there's like 9 of him. He shows up in the overworld once and you fight him there. This dude is like your Pokemon rival. He's very much a how many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Right. But this is specifically the overworld fight and the first real boss.
Yeah. This is not
Morgoth. That's the next one.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great boss because he punishes specifically Dark Souls players, which I found very interesting in the design. It's a very interesting design choice to punish shit that he will miss if you behave like a new player. Whereas if you're a Dark Souls player, you have ingrained instincts that he will punish you for. Which I found very interesting.
I'd put him up there. I'd say he's honestly a better boss than Godric, but not better than Moog.
That sounds fine to me.
Okay. What do you think about Morgoth? I feel like it's in a similar arena.
It's the same boss, but with more moves.
Yeah.
And he...
You know, when you put it like that, it's, I put him slightly above. It's fine. Knights Cavalry, that's the...
those are the
Dark
overworld
Knight,
boss that show up at
They're
night.
pretty good. Yeah, I like these guys.
Of the world bosses, they're not bad.
No.
They're a fun horse battle. You get your horse, they get theirs, and you guys have a horse fight.
Do you think better than the Godskin Noble?
Sure.
Okay. I think that's a fine place to put that. I'd say better than the Fell Twins, honestly. Not better than Borealis. They're cool, but that's pretty big. The Nox duo, what a forgettable fight.
That is literally, this I think is the peak example of regular enemies you put a boss health bar on.
Yeah, I mean, now you probably aren't going to fight these guys until way later as regular enemies, but
That's not the same as the other ones that's the case. That's not the same as the Crystallians.
no.
Honestly, they belong below the Crystallians.
Yeah, below the Dragonkin Soldier.
Sure, they're not as cool looking.
They're better than the Pumpkinhead, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Omen Killer.
That's a guy. That's just a guy in a funny mask.
Yeah, sure is. Jesus. Better than the Grafted Scion? That'd be right here.
No. I'd put him down in Fia's champion area.
He is champion. All right.
Above or below, fine. Roughly.
I think better than the Pumpkin guy.
Patches!
In terms of difficulty, S tier, because it's really hard to not accidentally kill him if you don't find him when you're low levels.
Yeah, I accidentally murdered the shit out of it. It was literally, whoops. Oh, well.
I don't know.
I mean, he's Patches.
It's fucking...
I can't. He's Patches. I can't. He's Patches.
Onyx Lord. I don't remember this name.
That's a...
I don't remember this fight.
I have no idea who this is. Who are these people?
Yeah. I don't think I fought the Onyx Lord. Perfumer Trisha.
Oh, that's just a perfumer.
Perfumer, yeah, that's a boss fight? Okay.
It's probably an NPC invasion or some shit like that.
It's just a perfumer.
I mean, it is just a perfumer. That's where it belongs.
Better than the flower. Putrid's Tree Spirit, the ulcerated tree spirits.
People hate these.
I think they're neat.
Yeah, people hate the shit out of these because they're big and wiggly and they don't move in a predictable way and they're hard. But I kind of think they're neat.
I'd put it above Commander Neil.
Sure.
Not as cool as the Bell-Bearing Hunt. In fact, you know what? Get up in there into A. You can be the bottom of A. Radigan of the Golden Order.
Now, see, this they are doing as a separate thing.
Yeah, it should be. It's a very different fight.
That's true. I mean, but, like, Radigan is much cooler than the Elden Beast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Radigan belongs in S tier. Radigan's a great boss.
Do you think better than Placidus X?
No, I like Placidus X better.
Okay. I have no context, so I would say around Malekith the Black Blade, so that's fine. Red Wolf of Radigan. Neat, but not overwhelming.
Yeah, basically. Much more frightening in his tiny room than he is when you find more later in, like, bigger arenas.
Annoying in the bigger arenas, though.
Yes, annoying in the bigger arenas, more frightening in the tiny room. In either case, not a humongous deal.
Do you think better than the Crucible Knight?
I think, yeah, that's about where they belong.
Okay. Better than the Godskin Noble?
That doesn't feel right.
No, I'm going to put him above the Erdtree Burial Watchdog. Still a much harder fight than that, but... okay, this is a tough one.
Okay.
Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. The first half of it, well, all of it really is a gimmick boss fight.
Yeah, it's a gimmick boss fight, but it's a really well done one. I mean, we ended up putting Yorm pretty high, and he's a gimmick boss.
Yeah, that's true.
I got nothing against a good gimmick boss, and they made this much easier.
And this is a way cooler character, arena, concept, lead-in. Rykard is maybe my favorite NPC in this game.
I mean, and again, it can't be said enough, it's a much easier gimmick boss because Storm Ruler is located behind Yorm. He's not even awake yet when you get the Serpent Hunter. You can grab that shit, leave, and level it up, and then come back. So, like, I think he's real good. He was real fun.
This is my recommendation.
Oh, he belongs in S tier.
Yeah.
I'd say that's not
what
debatable.
a stunning, great voice performance as well. Did not expect a phase 2.
No, not at all. It's a big snake. Kill
Yeah.
big snake, and then oh shit, oh shit.
Scaly Misbegotten, I don't know when this is a fight, but
Who are these people?
No, they're the NPC guys. They're just the Misbegottens you fight all the time.
Oh, that's a boss?
yeah.
No, that's a terrible boss. That's below the demi-human queen.
I'm gonna put it below the Cemetery Shade.
Yeah, that's fair.
Get out of here. Sir Gideon Ofnir, also known as Dodge Roll Champion 2022.
Fucking Gideon.
I used the
Gideon, you motherfucker.
marionette archers. So basically all I did was walk into his boss room, turn them on, and played whack-a-mole.
Because he just... and I can't stop, and I won't stop. He becomes Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
I've seen a boss fight against him without that. He seems fine.
Alright, so there's a couple different... Gideon Ofnir is incredibly easy to cheese. He sits in monologues, and if you have enough damage in your back pocket, you can just murder him while he's trying to monologue.
Right.
He very easy to proc and dodge rolling, so if you have something like the marionettes, you can just make him dodge roll forever and then hit him when he's standing. If you don't have either of those things, he can actually be a really bad boss to fight because he has all the spells.
Right.
And can cast all the spells. And will cast all the spells. I came in and fucking Kamehameha lasered him into paste, so, he's amusing, but he's not hard.
I think it's cool who he is. I think the betrayal of it is a really powerful...
Yeah, but you see it coming.
Sure.
Like, you can hear it in his voice, Sean Bean ass.
Do you think better than Royal Knight Loretta?
No, I think, no.
Where would you... am I not even in the ballpark?
I'd say B tier somewhere, but low B.
Low B? You think better than Godskin Noble?
Yeah, probably. Not better than the Felt Twins.
Okay. They have such great presentation. It's really buoying them up. Soldier of Godric. The first boss, the literal...
The tutorial boss.
Yeah. Just get...
Chad. King. Top of S tier. I am joking.
We already put patches there. Spirit Caller Snail. I have fought this boss. I've never beaten it. Fuck this boss.
Is one of the snails is a boss?
Yeah. It summons the Godskin duo one at a time. It's invisible.
So you have to find it and kill it, otherwise you're stuck there forever?
Yup.
Fuck that! I haven't even fought this boss. Where is this so I can avoid it?
It's in a cave by where Borealis was.
Go! Never gonna go there. That sounds awful.
Yeah,
I'd say
terrible.
bottom of D tier by our accord. Can we put the Regal Spirit, Ancestor Spirit, bottom of D tier as well? I'll fight you. Regal Ancestor Spirit is F tier. It is the worst boss in this game. I hate this stupid deer. That's
right. Look, we'll put this guy here. That's fine. That's fuck you points. It's decent design. It's optional, so it's not the biggest problem in the world, but fuck you. Regal Ancestor Spirit, and the Ancestor Spirit for that matter.
Fuck that deer.
I'm sympathetic, but it's otherwise a good boss design.
No, fuck that deer.
No. Let's talk in a room where you remove the healing metric.
Oh, that's fine. That's a good boss.
Okay. So in that sense, can I barrack for above the Grafted Scion?
Where is the Grafted Scion?
Right here. It's D tier.
Well, we don't actually have an F tier, so that's fine.
Okay. I think these are good boss fights. I did not get unlucky and keep triggering the heal. You had
I fought this dude maybe 30 times.
Yeah, it was a terrible RNG.
I am not exaggerating. Maybe 30 times I fought this fucking deer. Before I had... I absolutely, completely went on tilt. Didn't leave to go do something else so I could get enough health to go just come back and destroy it utterly. I went completely on tilt and was like, no, I will beat this stupid deer. I had to mute the game. I was so annoyed and so just full mad. I hate this fucking deer. Is that being able to just heal your entire health bar from one hit point and I can't stop you. I can't stop you in any way. It's just, haha, you have to do the whole boss battle again. Oh, no, that's terrible. That's fucking awful.
I don't think you ever actually went back and fought the Ancestor Spirit.
I don't know where it is, and I'm not going to look. I hate these deers.
Just slightly down the way. It's way weaker, but I think they're cool boss fights. Other than that mechanic, it did it once, and then I killed it. Like, I just didn't have the same experience you did.
Every time I got it down to a quarter health bar, it would leave, heal its entire health bar, and then I had to fight it again.
Renala, Queen of the Full Moon.
This is fun, but easy.
Yeah. I would maybe put it...
She's really cool.
Yeah, but the second half, though.
She got swag, she got lasers, and she summons things, and she summons a giant at one point, and that's cool. And she's got, like, you know, a stick that she waggles at you, but, like, that sounds lame, but it's not. It's pretty cool.
I think bottom of S tier.
Yeah, it's not hard, but it is fun.
I spent a lot of time on it, and especially learning the game.
Phase 2 can be rough.
Phase 2 can be rough, yeah. But I don't know. She's got a great arena. I don't know that she's cooler than Rykard, but...
I mean, what this really shows is, along with patches, they just put a lot of effort into their big boy bosses.
Yeah. Royal Revenant, which is, I don't know that I've ever fought one as a boss. But they're the grafted scions without a shell, basically.
Well, worse than the grafted scion, then.
Yeah, I don't like them. They feel cheap, let me put it that way. I like their jump scare, that's pretty cool, but otherwise, meh.
Rune Bear!
Rune Bear! Where is this a boss?
Everywhere.
I guess.
There's no non-boss Rune Bears. They just don't put boss bars up. All of them are bosses.
I would put them, at least for you, above the Regal Ancestor Spirit. Would you like to barrack for higher?
Look, my meme hatred aside, they're not...
They're just bears.
They're big and fast and strong, and they have 1 billion hit points, but they are just bears.
They're not even as cool as Agheel. They don't even have the intro of Agheel.
No, yeah, like, my meme hatred aside, we're past that now. We're past it. Where do we think it actually belongs? Below Beast of Farum Azula?
No. I would say above the Nox duo.
That sounds fine.
Like, they're fine. But they're just bears. Star Scourge Radahn. I'm very divided on this one.
So are we talking pre-nerf or post-nerf Radahn? Because those are different boss battles.
I've never fought pre-nerf Radahn. I just didn't get to him in time. Like, it's cool, but I feel like I'm running around more than I'm fighting him.
It is, but you have your horse.
Sure. Oh, it's nothing wrong with that. It's not as annoying as, like, Elden Beast, but it is, like... I'd rather fight a guy.
It very much feels like a war. You gotta, like, gather up the Avengers and fight him.
And in that sense, that part is cool. And he's got his big meteor strike. I wouldn't put him below A tier, I don't think.
Oh, well then, yeah. From there, it's all quibbling. So long as we're not talking B tier.
No, he's better than everyone in B tier. I'm not...
Alright, how do we feel about Melania? You know what? In the trailer where he and Melania fought, and Melania cheated like a bastard to win, this is the final battle. Radahn, Melania, who's better?
Melania is more of a direct fight.
So then Melania, much like the trailer, wins.
Stone Digger Troll, this is just a bear.
That's a troll. That's just a
This
regular troll.
guy's better than the Pumpkinhead. No, he's not even. He doesn't have a cool pumpkin head. Better than the flower.
Tibia Mariners, no.
They're fun. There's a bunch of them, but they are a boss. It's not like
they are just a boss that comes up a lot.
Yeah.
But it's more that they're a puzzle boss. Because they're not hard to kill. It's just sometimes they're hard to find.
I would say around Flying Dragon Agheel.
Okay.
Here-ish. Do you have any thoughts about where exactly?
Below.
Above Leon and Misbegotten, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think they're neat. Tree Sentinel.
What are those?
Oh, this is the Tree Sentinel.
But not the Draconic Tree Sentinel.
I don't think they're listed separately.
Okay, so we'll put them together. Well, if we put them together, it's true. As Draconic Tree Sentinel's a bitch with his stupid fireball. But Tree Sentinel's that first, again, what should be a lesson in go do something else for a while. He's right outside the front door, and he will beat the shit out of you.
Do you think better than Elemer of the Briar? Or up here?
Do they belong in A tier, do you think?
I think so. It's a really fun fight. They're difficult both times you encounter them.
3.
3, that's right, because there's a pair. I didn't do the pair until I was good.
Well, I'm sorry, yeah, then 5. Because there's 1 right outside the Third Church of America, right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
There's Draconic Tree Sentinel outside the Capitol. There's the 2 in front of the, the doors to the Capitol you don't really have to fight. And then there's the 1 right in front of Malekith.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Well, yeah, because by then you just sort of punch through his fucking teeth.
Yeah, I jump attacked him to death. It was funny.
It's actually the last Tree Sentinel, the one right outside Malekith, is a great example of making you feel strong by presenting you an enemy who was a complete asshole earlier in the game and letting you stomp their dick in.
I think, honestly, probably one of the best examples.
You know what? On the strength of that, A tier is fine. Elemer of the Briar, I think, above that. Just because there's so many and they're so varied in how you have to engage them.
Elemer's above the Tree Sentinels?
Sure.
Okay, what about Millennia?
No, above Millennia.
I think it's a fairer fight.
Yeah.
Even when you're level 1.
They don't get to refill their whole health bar.
Valiant Gargoyles are not as cool as the Blackblade Kindred.
Also, I hated fighting them. They didn't take me as long as the deer, but I did hate fighting them.
Really? These are the ones that are underground.
Yeah, these are the ones that are like, there's 2 of them.
I'm going to let you place this because when I finally beat them, my man's launched himself off the cliff.
You fought a gargoyle. I would say probably,
and my archers took care of that gargoyle.
Where's the Blackblade Kindred?
Blackblade Kindred is, I just had them right here.
Bottom of C tier then.
Bottom, below the Cleanrot Knight, better than Eskar, Priest of Blood?
Yes.
Okay. Wormface, I don't know when this is a boss.
Nope.
But I've fought plenty of them. They're fine. They're really cool design-wise. Better than the Magma Worm?
Sure, I don't know. I don't really know what these are.
Oh, yeah, you know these.
I mean, I'm sure I know them.
Wormface.
Oh! There's a boss one of those?
Yeah. Oh, I think I know this. Like in a church.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I fought a bunch of them. They're fine.
Yeah. Abductor Virgins, those are really cool. Again, I don't remember when they're a boss.
They go right with Wormface for me.
Yeah, I think they're slightly cooler than Wormface. Maybe. Yeah, that's fine. Adon, Thief of Fire.
Don't know who this is.
It's an Everjail fight.
Nope.
Some sort of Everjail pyromancer. Get out of there. Who are these people? Alabaster Lord, another Everjail.
Nope.
Don't remember you either. Electo, Black Knife Ringleader, which is better than the Black Knife. This is the one you just recently beat. The one.
Oh, dude, that was a fun ass fight.
Yeah. Where would you put it? Because I haven't beaten this
I would put that one high C. It is the best version of the Black Knife Assassin. It's really cool, and it gives you a cool Spirit Ash.
Better than Crucible Knight?
Yeah, honestly.
So should we argue better than Red Wolf of Radigan?
No.
Okay. I'll put it above the Erdtree Burial Watchdog, I have to imagine. I mean, I fought it. It's harder, anyway. Ancient Hero of Zamor, I don't remember that one. I know I fought it. I recognize that name, but I don't remember it. That's another Everjail. And we are down to Astel, Natural Born of the Void, and Astel, Stars of Darkness.
I have fought both these guys. Stars of Darkness is fucking nothing personnel kid grapple is.
That's basically the only difference.
Is some bullshit. But I mean, they were fun boss fights. They were big, epic, fun. Astel, Natural Born of the Void does suffer a little bit from the same problem as the Elden Beast of, okay, but like you ran all the way the fuck away.
Way smaller arena though.
Way smaller arena.
Yeah.
But not as cool as the Elden Beast, so it evens out. I would say these are fine, good bosses. B tier, solidly.
Yeah.
I don't think they crack into A tier.
You think cooler than Commander Neil?
I would put them somewhere in the area of Borealis.
Better than Royal Knight Loretta?
That's up in the air, really.
Okay. I'm just going to put them right here. I'm going to put the Natural Born higher because although the grab is cool, this arena is way cooler, and the process of getting to them is
Way
better
cooler.
than just wandering down into a mine.
Yep.
So there you have it. It all fits on one screen for once.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it is. That's our Elden Ring boss tier list. I feel like they forgot some, but
Yeah, I'm sure there's so many bosses.
it's a bunch of dragons they didn't mention.
Yeah, but they're all just the same.